Hey guys, it's me, Ria. Just hopping on for a message today. Wait and see if anyone wants to hop on. Give it a second. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle a couple cards here to see what Spirit wants to bring forth. Just waiting to see what's going to be coming up. I do have a specific message to share, but I just want to wait and see if anyone wants to hop on. Maybe not. Alrighty. Oh, yes, exactly. Let's see what else there is here. Hold on. So I know right now, a lot of us are going through some really intense energies, and energies are always intense during the holiday time, but also just to do with our natural progress and our ascension as we go through our transformation, as we wrap up another cycle. We end up one cycle and we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and we connect to these other cycles. We're really, really feeling a lot of intensity, and it might even be showing up physically as we go through this releasing. And a lot of us are really feeling off kilter, off kilter. And what Spirit is saying is during these times when we're shifting, when we're closing one chapter, when we're closing up another energy, an energy to create from this new frequency on our new plateau, we'll feel off kilter because we're literally ascending. We're literally shifting to a whole new world reflecting us. And before that happens, a lot of things crumble down, break up, disintegrate. And you might feel a lot of angst, anger, be triggered, Spirit is saying. And what happens is when we get off kilter or feel off kilter, what we might do, and we might not even be conscious of it, is we will, hey, Miranda. Oh boy, it's intense. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, really intense, and a lot of releasing and a lot of dropping of um emotions. The card that I pulled for the Mother Earth card is going to say it all, but lots of releasing. So we have to release that which no longer serves us as we shift to this new foundation, this new platform of creating. And we feel off kilter because it's almost as if we are in between worlds. And I know a lot of us have been going through this for several years now, several years or longer, where we're in between worlds. For me, I'm going to say really hit since like 2018. I've been in between worlds in that time. Lots of releasing, lots of totally getting rid of one life and getting away from it, breaking free, but then kind of going back to it, and ascension symptoms, and lots of growth and beauty and connection. So the beautiful thing is, as we let go and as we allow ourselves to go through all that stuff, tearing our life apart, we're still growing within, and it's really beautiful. So it's kind of funny the way it happens. The outside seems to be falling apart, but what's really happening is you're coming together within. Spirit is saying that as you feel like your world is falling apart, this is really beautiful. We're actually getting our act together within. Not that we're ever not together within, but we're coming into a truer expression, authenticity of self, our God self, our authentic self, dissipating the illusions, breaking them down. And what Spirit is saying is what we do sometimes when we're in that limbo, when we're in that in between, we really, really want to grasp to the outside for our security. We want to grasp, we want to take something from that physical world and attach to it, hold on to it, to feel secure and safe and grounded and comforted. And it can be something huge, like a relationship, a move, a house, a car, little thing, and even little things like food or visiting a place that once meant something to you, but it doesn't any longer hold that same meaning. And what we find ourselves doing is to kind of ground or attach or cling or revisit those things where we were once secure, but they will not ever bring us that security. Nothing on the outside will ever bring us that security and stability. It's like sometimes when someone goes through a huge life transformation, they will all of a sudden become extremely spiritual or cling on to religion or something outside of them. And that's not to say those things aren't serving their purpose, because they also are serving their purpose. But it's more of a reflection, spirit is saying, than the actual um, happening. It's a reflection of what's going on within the transformation. So spirit is saying nothing is wrong. Do what is comfortable for you, but they just want you to be aware. It's just about having awareness. It's not a matter of anything being right or wrong, but be aware when you're off center or you're in between worlds, and we are physical and we yearn for that grounding, to know that, just question or take a step back and say, is this what I really need? Am I doing it out of habit? Is it really beneficial for me right now? Because the best way, or the only way, um, in general, nothing is not right. It can help give you support. The outside can help give you a little support. But the way that we are really traversing or working and shifting is through that allowing and surrendering. But basically, spirit said, hold on, take a breath. You're not going to ever be totally comfortable from clinging on to the something from the outside. It's all within. It's an inner journey we're going through, and it's just it's actually through the state of allowing and surrendering that we find our true grounding, spirit is saying. So through the surrendering and allowing whatever it is we're going through, that instability, that insecurity, the questioning, the tears, the anger, just allowing all that to work through is actually our grounding mechanism. The grounding is actually in the movement, ironically. It's in the movement of the energy, the emotions, the feelings. Because I know I lately have been finding myself turning to stuff that makes me feel secure as a kid or whatever. And that's okay, as long as I'm aware that that isn't going to give me that fulfillment. It's more of a support. Like, I've been finding myself craving cake. And as a little girl, like yesterday, I used an example of, or yesterday or the couple days ago, I talked, I don't know if you were there, Miranda, but I talked about, hey, oh my gosh, I can't see. If you guys don't mind, Presh, sharing out, please do. If you don't mind, please do, because I'm just hopping on like usual. But I remember being a little girl, maybe first grade. I use an example of how I would go into the kids' lunch boxes and try to steal their sweet snacks. Well, one time, I know you must think I'm obsessed with sweets, but I'm really not. I'm just using it as an example. And it's like that little girl part of me coming out. So this girl had this beautiful, yummy birthday cake packed in her lunch, the fancy ones with all the decorations and frosting, and it was left over from her birthday. I'm going to say I was in first grade. And I just remember looking at that cake, wishing I could have it. And I know it seems really silly. And like birthday cakes, even though they might seem artificial and blasé, have always been my favorite cakes. So I've been finding myself, not that I ran to the store and bought one or anything, but, and I might later, who knows, but I've been craving this birthday cake, like birthday cake with the frosting and the buttercream and just plain old white or gold cake. So I questioned that to myself, and I'm like, why all of a sudden do I want cake? And then as I just allowed it and surrendered, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe later on I'll go get some. But it's just a way, as me as a little girl that kind of found that security or enjoyment. So I don't know. So it might be something so little as that, or going back to a place like the ocean and Old Orchard Beach is my place where I consider it home. And it's like my safety, it's my security, it's my anchor where I feel good. And it does give me that support. Mother Earth always gives me that support and emotional reflection of the balance and the releasing and the cycles. But ultimately, it only can come from in here. I have to allow the process, but we get the support, the tools, the techniques, the modalities outside of us to help us, like a massage or like a chiropractic adjustment or a healing session or whatever it is for you. could be going just shopping. And that's all good because we're here to enjoy the physical, but spirit again is just saying, just know that just be aware that it's not the quick fix. All of you guys are master light blasters. And like yesterday, I was talking about how pharmaceuticals and artificial can still be useful. It's our awareness and our intent in which they're taken, even though we've swung so far on one end of the pendulum where no, it's bad, I'm not putting any of that in my body. But you know what, if it alleviates a ground shaken headache and you can function and actually raise your frequency by taking something, then do it. But in that awareness. So spirit again is bringing up again the whole concept of being aware of how we're using those outside tools or physical things to support us and help us. But we're ultimately always getting there just through allowing and feeling through it. So a lot of us are feeling very off kilter. So me personally, and you guys can share your experience, I've been craving so much. Yeah. I actually watched a video, and I'm not saying it's all truth. I always let things resonate. If it feels right, I'll take it in. If it doesn't feel right, then I'll question it and learn something I'll get a greater insight. So it still served me to watch it, but I don't necessarily take it all as truth, because sometimes things we watch or readings we get are to activate us or catalyze us into our own deeper insight or awareness. But I was watching a video. It said, as we're ascending or going through these frequencies and doing all the shifting, the body actually is craving sugar. And that makes so much sense. The body needs sugar. And I know that seems totally like controversial. And obviously you can probably get your sugar through honey and all the natural sweeteners, but just to be aware. And I'm going through some major releasing too, like my sinuses and my body aches, and I just move through it. I make myself move through it. Like I still went through and did my exercise, but I could frickin' barely move. But then I went into a sauna after just to kind of see if I can release toxins and warm up my muscles. But so we're going through that and we're getting and feeling the physical repercussions, but just know, again, it's just doing and allowing the outside physical world with awareness. Like so many people are still asleep and they don't know why they grab that drink, or they don't know why they need to go shopping every second, or they don't know why they buy something and they get that instant gratification, but then they're not. So spirit is just saying you'll never get that sustainable gratification in the outside, but it can be used to support and help you through it. But it's basically surrendering to the new you that wants to come forth, or surrendering to the new us. And it's not that it was new. It's just we're activating and allowing greater light. Just looking for my little sun picture, guys. Hold on. Where the heck is it? My daughter moved it. Oh, right in front of me. This is us. We're becoming less carbon and we're becoming lighter, less dense and lighter. And we're permeating any darkness, any denser energies. We're bringing them into our awareness. So this is like us. This is our spiritual energy come into the physical. Here's a little head, arms wide open, body anchored, and it's reflecting off the ocean. So right now we are going through lots and lots of emotional releasing, tuning into. If you guys are familiar with EFT, the tapping, to do that, to allow and incorporate the physical parts to help you release, to calm the nervous system, to actually move that energy in whatever way, shape helps you. Because we are physical again. So it's not saying we have to do it alone. They're just wanting us to do these things in awareness. And when we're aware, then we make more informed decisions. When you're aware of your light and your connection to you, then you can receive the higher guidance and you know which path to turn or close off to, or deviate or accept or reject in your life. So we're becoming brighter and lighter. And it's not that we ever weren't this. It's just in the past, we might have had beliefs kind of filtering through us. And what we're doing is we're releasing the filters, and we're coming brighter and brighter and shining our light. And that takes vulnerability. It takes courage. It takes strength. But the key is to follow your inner guidance, and always to follow the highest frequency inner guidance when you can. Obviously, there's times where you're going to cry and it don't feel high frequency, but it's making way for the light to come forth and shine. Let me just see what you guys are saying here. Bought a cake and my kids asked who's, holy shit. I know I get so embarrassed, Miranda, if I'm at the checkout line. This is just my ego. And the person says to me, whose birthday is it? And I'm like, oh, no one's. I just have a sweet tooth. And it's like they expect you have to have an occasion for whatever. No, the occasion is you. The occasion is you, Miranda, celebrating you. And again, that's how we can take a craving or take something that we want. We can determine and define the meaning, not feel bad that, oh, I got a craving and I can't, I don't have enough willpower or whatever. No, you're the occasion, and the cake is a celebration of you and you honoring you and you respecting you and giving into you. That's been a huge lesson for me because I beat myself like up all the time about, or I used to, I'm aware, but you know, and like, I just give in now. And when you're giving into that, you're giving in to that little kid too, and say, I'm just celebrating myself. Or people always think you have to have a reason to do something, like I'm not working now and my kids are in school and people say, so what do you do with your day? What do you do with your time? I mean, Mitos is home by 2:15. And like, and I used to do hair and have a business and blah, blah, blah. But there's something in me still that feels like I need to justify or put some importance on what I'm doing. No, I'm freaking enjoying life. I'm enjoying life. Obviously, I'm very constantly connected to my inner guidance and spirit and share that because that's my passion and I love it. And I'm really blessed that I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job or whatever in order to do that. But something's still in me and I see it and I'm like, I'm just enjoying life. I'm just like, yeah, what the hell's wrong with enjoying life? That's what I do. What do you do for work? Oh, I enjoy life. I remember one time someone asked me that and I was running on the beach and I'm like, oh, just connecting to Mother Earth. All right. Not that there's plenty to do when you have a family and kids, period. Jeez, I'm crow. It'd be easier to work sometimes. All right. Because I have 2 older ones that are adults and then I got remarried and I have two younger ones. And I have a couple kids that, you know, they're kind of special needs and they need a lot of extra assistance and stuff. So that's my job. But it's beautiful. And so where was I? Okay. So the Mother Earth Heart card that pulled out for us today is this one. This comes out a lot when we're going through a huge transformation, when we're adding another feather to our wings. We're fluffing. Spirit is saying it's like we're fluffing another feather because we are always releasing the eternal. The journey is eternal and we're physical beings. So we're always going to be kind of releasing the density and incorporating more and more spiritual knowledge, more parts of the light within ourselves into our physical experience. So this card comes up a lot, but it comes up in cycles. Just like the moon, there's cycles. That Mother Earth, the seasons, there's cycles. Everything in the physical is representative of our own physical body cycles. Someone posted the other day a picture of a maple leaf and it showed the veins, not the veins, the lines of the hand, and you matched it up to the hand. I just thought that was really cool because the line on the leaf that fell was actually like the line on someone's hand and it matched it. Even little things like that, allowing all of that to speak to you. So it's going to bring more peace and harmony through allowing, because when we look at this little nose and the little face here and the eye, she looks peaceful. She's looking down at the things she's lost, the things she's totally let go of in her life. And there's a lot. A lot of us have let go. And I've lived enough years now where I've like totally like broken down everything and then start over again. And a lot of us are feeling that way, whether it be emotionally, mentally, or going through even the physical. And I'm feeling it's a lot of physical attachments because this is crystallized water, which show kind of letting go of the physical stuff, whether it be a person or a place or a thing. And even an idea or concept is somewhat physical because that's how it manifests. So what Spirit is saying is peace be with you. When you can surrender to the moment, then changes can occur. So don't try to fill up. Spirit saying, no, it's okay to allow, but don't fill up your space trying to take away that off-kiltered feeling, because that's what we'll do. We'll try to attach or fill up that space to take away the feeling. But really, the only way through it is by allowing it, is what Spirit is saying. Surrendering releases limitations for the expansion of you. Everything I just said, surrendering brings forth bliss through total acceptance of self. And obviously, that is a really big message right now, accepting self, self-love, and something a spiritual warrior has like heavy duty to experience, because that's why you're a spiritual warrior. You are releasing the physical to bring forth and anchor in the light in the physical. So you do have to release a lot of density in order to shine your light. And that's going to require a lot of oh shoot. Sorry guys. I didn't see that person. Block user. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. Love the ice cream cakes. My daughter Chantel does. Eat so much. What state are you in, Miranda? Just curious. What do I do for a living? My best. Oh, I do my best. I love that. We're here to live, not to conform. And also Spirit was mentioning also to me earlier today about we have the power to define things the way we want, but Spirit was kind of showing me not to label everything so much, because when you label something, it actually creates density. So a job, there carries a lot of weight with a job, or when you say work or career, that holds a lot of density. It's very limiting and it's very heavy, and you got to carry that on. So it's kind of nice the way you just said that, Miranda. I do the best for me, or I'm enjoying my life. It takes off the weight and the heaviness of this conformity, or having, and not that everyone, I mean, obviously there's jobs and people are passionate about it, but I'm just saying in general, if you don't feel called to, don't need to label or define something, because what it does, Spirit is just saying, be aware of the labels you're putting and projecting and spewing out of your mouth, because it adds density. So if you're labeling something, even something bad, you're putting a lot of density in that. But what you're doing is you're also reinforcing it in your life and your world and your projection. So the lighter we can become and not labeling things, the better, because it keeps it more fluid and lighter. So this is like non-labels. And then as soon as you label something, and if it's something that's not your preference, you densify it. You make it heavier. You take it on. Like even the word weight, we put so much that carries weight. The word weight and the scale hold a lot of weight. And whether it's physical weight or a scale, how well you're doing or performing, or where you fall in your education and your class, puts a lot of weight on you. And that's heavy energy. It's density. It creates a feeling of I'm not worthy. I got to perform. I got to show myself and make myself like, be number one or whatever it is, or even competition. And not that competition is wrong, but I got to do good. I got to win. No, you just got to be so it's just Spirit is bringing forth that really strong about careful where you're labeling and putting words, because it just creates density and heaviness for more of it for you to experience. So if you don't want to experience something, don't label it. Just kind of let it flow through you. Just let it flow through you. Texas, okay. It gets kind of chilly there sometimes, doesn't it? I was just wondering if you were in a cold climate, Miranda, because I know they say there's something within us genetically up in the Northeast, or people in cold, where they will crave more food or carbohydrates before the winter, kind of like based in probably caveman days or whatever, where something within us wants us to eat more before winter in general. Okay, so the other card I pulled, and I did pull a Terra, the Dreamer. I love this, 0. I love this. This is a beautiful card. It's 0. What a beautiful number. It kind of goes along with the message I just said. Weight, scales, numbering yourself on the scale. There's no way you can number yourself. You're unique and individual and beautiful and your own divine frequency imprint. How could you ever compare yourself or want to put yourself on a scale or weigh yourself on the scale in whatever way? You are you. And when we can accept who we are, which we weren't taught as a society, there will be no need for all of that other stuff. Again, we're trying to find our affirmation, our stability, our comfort, and our anchor from the outside. So someone who might go to the gym every day and weigh themselves, they're just densifying that. And it's not that it's wrong, because they could be on a program and they want to see their progress. And I guess it's the intent as well, was what Spirit is saying. It's the awareness that they're placing on it. Like, I won't get on a scale for the life of me. I won't even go to a doctor's appointment sometimes because I don't want to deal with that. But I don't usually go to the doctors anyways, and that I could say that's fear-based. No, I just don't want to densify that, because there's so much emphasis is on numbers, whether how you rank or the number on a scale. Like, I don't put that I don't even own one. I don't even put it in my awareness. Or someone will say, oh, where'd you go to college? Or what's your degree? There's a lot of labels defining someone. No, it's great. It's a vehicle and an expression of that person, but it's not essentially who you are at the core. It's just what you chose. Just express and be the light that you are. And I know we live in a physical world and we have words for a reason. They just say, be aware of where you're putting those labels and definition. That's all. I was just thinking the label light in the sun. I like that. I do label the light. I say we're light and love. That's a label I use a lot. And I was just contemplating that. And yeah, that's something I want to densify. Love and light, even though it's not really dense, but I want that more and more in my experience. All right. All right. So so get back to this. This was a 0. To me, that's 0 is almost like no labels. It's like no definitions. It's pure potential. It's spirit. It's a portal. And it's called the dreamer, Archangel Metatron. To me, it's like going through a portal, dreaming and allowing. And I guess this would be sort of like a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Kind of like that. I don't know if this would be considered like the Fool card, but it's a leap of faith and following your dreams. Unexpected opportunities come when we release the labels, the definitions, the density, when we really tune into ourselves and allow what's before us to go through us. And then what we do as we allow, we open up our own portal to step through. We open up our own inner guidance as we allow. When we resist, we almost kind of stop our guidance. We close the portal door and we might keep recirculating the same dense energies on earth. Anybody watching this now or later, you guys are all master teachers, master healers. And you can say, well, how am I a master teacher or healer? You are, because it's through your energetics. It's not through a label. It's not through a definition. It's not even what you do. It's who you are. And that's the energy that you emit out. And then you create a portal to step through for yourself into that reality that brings forth lots of opportunities. So don't ever think your worth is placed. I guess that's what they're talking about with the scale earlier. Your worth isn't placed on a number or a word. You are. I want to say you're worthless, but not worthless in a bad way. Worthless. You can't put a worth on you. That's kind of funny. So I just wanted to share that. All right. So that I'm going to say is today's message. It's just about being aware that everyone's going through huge transformational energies as we come onto a higher frequency and create from this new foundation and plateau. And we're going to feel off kilter because we're in between worlds, and we're going to want to grasp onto the outside. And that can be a support for us, but it's never the end all. It's never the total answer. The answer is through allowing the feelings, the off-kilteredness, the indecision, the confusion, allowing all of that and knowing it's going to pass through. And as you go forth through this portal of this new illuminating you. The fortune cookie I just opened says, people are delighted by your presence. See? Awesome, Miranda. And I believe it. You always bring forth such beautiful information and energy and vibes. I can just feel it. You're like sparkly, clear. It's like you don't like heaviness. You don't like the density. You don't like solidity. You like to keep things light. They're showing me you finding the light in everything, sparking the light, opening the light. You bring forth insight. You bring forth a lot of insight, they're saying, into dense energies to release them. So someone could be having an issue. You might give them a different perspective, and then boom, it opens them up. All right. So I'm going to head off, but Miranda, I think there's only like 2 people on. Do one of you guys want just a quickie? I can just pull you a quickie before I get off. I think this is just a quick live. No one's around today, or somebody else must be live. Did you want one, Miranda? Or Presh? Sure. All right, Miranda. All right. And know that if anyone watches this live or the replay later, if a message resonates, even though I didn't say your name, Spirit knows no boundaries or limits. Love and light know no boundaries or limits. Spirit will always reach you through your allowing. So know that it can be for you as well. All right, Amanda, Amanda, why did I say Amanda? Miranda. 6 of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So this is just saying I'm feeling abundance coming your way, or you are the abundance. Spirit just corrected me. They said that abundance doesn't come your way. You are the abundance. You create the portal for the abundance through being you, through shining your light. It looks like to me, though, what's standing out is a weighing of scales. So if something is felt unjust, or you feel like, God, this just wasn't fair, definitely justice and fairness and balance and harmony. So if there was something in your heart that you were inquiring about or wanting to know, justice is coming, balance and harmony. Don't need to densify the energies by projecting labels or criticism or anything like that. Be like the little fairy right here, the cute little fairy playing, glittering, flitting. You do have a lot of fairy energy. When I was saying earlier, the lights like flickering off from you, the fairy's fun, connected, free, and totally heart-based. You're so beautiful. You're heart-based. And that will always, always, as you focus on your heart and anchor into your own heart, Miranda, that always brings balance and harmony and justice. Okay. Hey, Isabel. Yeah, I was just finishing up. So great, Isabel. If you don't mind, share out the video and I will give you just a quickie. I was just hopping off, but sure, I'll pull you a quick message. You're welcome, Miranda. Yeah, you're like bright-eyed. They like say you're bright-eyed. I feel like you're bright-eyed. Someone who wakes up is bright-eyed, curious, adventurous. You're open to receiving. And that doesn't need any labels or definitions, or you don't need to go through the mechanics of what we were taught in the past or what society might say. You are through your own ways. Okay, so Isabel, what I received for you is a number 3, the Empress. Beautiful card, Archangel Gabriel. So maybe you like to communicate or express in some way, shape, or form. You might communicate verbally, or you might communicate just through artwork or writing or teaching. But the best communication and expression of you is just through every moment of your everyday. Again, that doesn't need a label as well. You don't need to be labeled as an artist to be an artist. The way you live your life when you are anchored and aligned to your heart space is your artistry. It could be washing dishes, cleaning the floors, or taking out the trash. So to me, you are a true artist and you bring forth lots of abundance. Maybe you're a mom or a patriarch. What's that word? Matriarch. But yeah, you hold a lot of warmth and compassion and fullness of heart, and you give that to others, Isabel, freely. So Gabriel is with you. Remember Archangel Gabriel, the angel communicator. Maybe you have a Mercury in your astrology charts, but you're an efficient, effective communicator. But you communicate, you advise, and you heal through love. What it says is what was it again, Isabel? Is lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. Oh, and there's a little baby here. She's holding a baby and she's got a crown. It's you nurturing your child within first, and then that gives birth to so much abundance in your life. It all comes down to we're never going to have what we want unless you love yourself and give to yourself first. Show compassion and self-acceptance. And that's more than just it's more than anything on the outside. It means deeply within, connect and appreciate and honor and respect who you are, and love yourself and honor yourself. You are the temple of God because you hold the spirit of God within you. So that is a beautiful, beautiful card. Lots of abundance and nourishment, and you are definitely creating new things in your life. Allow your third eye, allow your inner guidance to guide you, and don't look on the outside for that guidance. Trust yourself. Very beautiful. Yeah, when someone comes, see those guys in the background. Where you guys going? Get some almond milk, please. And get me a little cake while you're out there. So yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. So definitely reassurance for you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here and sharing out. And for anyone watching now or later, you can always private message me if you guys want a private reading or guidance on in any way, shape, or form. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.